Engraved into the walls of the Department of Justice in Washington, D.C. are the words, "Where law ends, tyranny begins." That's from John Locke, a political philosopher who was influential in our construction of the United States Constitution, a social contract that cements a union between the government and the people, upholding each side responsibilities of American political identity for what? The public good. He influenced this, and that can be noted all throughout American constitutionalism, that positions are actual North Star of principles, values, and government structure. This tells us that neither party, neither the people or the government, are allowed of encroaching upon the constitutional guidelines accepted from all parties. Not ourselves, but those who had the binding representative duty to do so. Neither was allowed of expanding beyond the constitutional authorities' allowance, the constitutional supremacy, yet Donald Trump violated that. The Jack Smith report told us as much, and no body of government has been capable of utilizing that disqualification clause because of what? Ambiguity, in order to execute that, right? What does this mean? A failure of government, especially of the courts, the judiciary, to actually provide us with a lawful resolution. What does that mean? A dissolution of the rule of law. Wherever law ends, tyranny begins. If he subverts constitutional supremacy, that means that that contract becomes null. So within this reality, we don't only have the insurrection, right? Which I understand is complicated because of ambiguity to execute. However, when it comes to EI, he himself is admitting that it was rigged. Even Representative Jasmine Crockett said, so Trump is rambling on about he and Elon rigging the election. Am I missing something, or is he confessing to yet another damn crime? And I know you're tired because you're like, he keeps doing this, and who is doing something about this? But the thing is, what holes can you fit in here, right? Could he be joking? Maybe he was. He said that Mexico was going to pay for the wall. Did Mexico pay for the wall? His entire first presidency was a joke. So maybe this is another joke. There's a lot of evidence to position that his entire campaign is a joke. His entire supporters are a joke. We know that. So why isn't this a joke? And unfortunately, these are the very arguments that will help him. But also, you have to think national security, because even if he himself knows that what he is positioning is a joke, knowing the severity in which his supporters has gone in the past, aka January 6, 2021, it would be negligent of him and actually very reckless to keep positioning jokes that would result in harm. This would result in, obviously, the invoking of Amendment 14, the Equal Protection Clause, which allows for the limitations of certain rights, even of states, because states aren't allowed to do certain things to the people if that is against the constitutional authority. So in this reality, it can automatically self-execute Amendment 14, the disqualification clause, because this has become a significant threat to our national security. And not only our national security, our constitutional security. FI and EI can, I'm not a lawyer, can serve as legal argument to self-execute the disqualification clause. However, that would be complicated because but if there's FI, it wouldn't be as complicated as if it was just Amendment 14, a hybrid. Wow. Let me marinate in that because, yeah, I'll get back to you on that. But this is the thing, because Republicans leverage law, leverage ambiguity in order to position their right rhetoric, right? And we have to do the same thing. We have to leverage their arguments and put it right back to them. I'll get back.